Hello and welcome back to Tuesday Tarot Twist. So, looking at the Pentacle family. And the Pentacle family is, of course, Earth. So, we've got a few key words on that. The Two of Pentacles is the Earth family. And so, of course, it's attached, like all Pentacles are, to the element of Earth. Let's look at it that this figure in the card has two coins that he's juggling up and down. And we've got the symbol of infinity there. And we've also got the symbol of infinity in green. And in this particular deck, all decks vary, so don't worry. Let's just use it as a learning exercise with what I've got up here at the moment. What does green mean to you? What is the you feel or see or you get when you look at the color green? He's got green shoes, and we've got the green landscape, symbol of infinity. If we look closely, we can see there's a buckle on his belt that's also green. Then we've got the red. Then we've got the yellow or the gold in Pentacles. We've got choices with the Lover's card and that green, the green grass there as well. Look at all the colours. So green is earth. It's also the heart chakra, which tells us that we are supported by the universe. So it's no mistake the area that the chakra that is green actually is telling us we're being supported. So if we look around us and we see all that greenery, like you see behind me, that green just means that there's an abundance around us always. So money in and money out. He's juggling money. The infinity symbol can be seen as many things, but it is protection. And in this case, it's looking at money going in, money going out. So we're using that as the key word. Choices, Lover's card. That's a key word I've put up there. But it's also a card of communication, of course, because it relates to the astrological sign Gemini. So Gemini, the twins, but also the lovers, we're seeing two. Anything with duality, we've also got Two of Pentacles. So things here are in twos. So maybe things going on, definitely for any Gemini. You're a Gemini, you see this card, you might want to think money in, money out. Then, of course, you've got the fact that it can be, we'll keep Gemini up there for a moment, it can be about profits and losses. So we can look at the Two of Pentacles as money in, money out. So money's coming in, but it's flowing out just as quick, perhaps. Profit and loss. We make some money, we lose some. We make money and then we've got to hand it over for VAT, tax, this, that, the other. Or we just got it wrong. That can happen. Two of Pentacles, of course, can actually tell us that this person's got two jobs. So remember, I'm keeping Gemini up there because it will apply, because Major Arcana card is Gemini when it comes to the lovers. It's also a card of multitasking. Gemini and multitasking. But how about if we actually look at the fact that we know that Gemini is the actual astrological sign, but what's its ruling planet? Mercury. So the Gemini astrological sign, the ruling planet is Mercury. So we could look at that and say this is all about communication, because Mercury, of course, is the planet of communication. So you may be looking at choices. You may be reading and find that you're reading for Gemini because you've got the Lover's card. You can ask. You are able to say, can I clarify? Look at clarifying things. Once you've got the clarity of maybe a couple of foundations, it'll flow. It'll flow beautifully. Yes, it is Mercury, of course. We're talking about communication. That's why I'm telling you it's Mercury, not just turn around and go, oh, isn't it one of those interesting facts? What has that got to do with the reading? Communication. If somebody's asking, am I going to get communication? I'm multitasking right now. I need some answers. And it doesn't necessarily mean, because we've got the Lover's card, that it's about lovers. It's talking about duality. Both cards are talking about duality. Adam and Eve, maybe we're having to actually be the male and the female in what you're doing. Maybe you're actually a single parent and you're having to have the responsibility of both parents. Maybe you've got the duality here of being able to say something that's perhaps in touch with the feminine side of what we do. And then we've got to be all logical and connect with that masculine side that brings in maybe the logic or the harshness. So maybe the very nurturing and very feminine in your business or in your relationships, whatever it is. And then you suddenly go, but I've got to be really grounded and I've got to actually get smart here, get tough and be logical because you can't just live on creativity and floppiness. You've got to be able to have the balance. And of course, we know that the Two of Pentacles, of course, is a card of balance as well. It's a balancing act. So they may be juggling the finances, that money in, money out. There may be financial decisions that require communication. That's why we've got Mercury there. I'm not going to put the word communication because I want you to try and work out where this is going and how you're going to put it together. And if you can't, don't worry. That's what we're here for. Week in, week out, doing different combinations where things will come up time and time again, different combinations, but we'll be doing the same things because we've got 10 planets that we use: the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and so on. Yeah? So that keep coming up. All right? We've only got 22 major arcana cards. So maybe we need some news or some communication about financial decisions. Maybe this pair is telling us that we need to communicate that we're flexible. Maybe we need to have a conversation about adaptation so that we are able to adapt to the circumstances, but get things clear in communication, which is why the Lovers card. Maybe again, conversations need to be had about balancing resources. Remember, if you're just joining us, Mercury is planet of communication. So this is talking about communication when we're looking at the Lovers. But the Two of Pentacles is what we've been studying, so we're giving it far more keywords. So maybe we're balancing our resources. Don't forget that Pentacles family is all about manifestation. It's the element of earth. So if we look at that, we've got Mercury. Anybody know as in what element that is? Let's put up this. Excellent. It's air. You can combine things and go, we've got earth on the right, and we've got air on the left. Now, I know we're studying the minor arcana cards at the moment, which is what it's all about, and we're going through the pentacles, and then eventually we'll get to the court cards. But the major arcana card, the more you know about them, there's 22, as opposed to the 56 minor, the better. The more you know about major arcana cards. Because in actual fact, your minor arcana cards are probably a little bit easier than you think, because they are about the background effects that's going on when we're looking at the subject. So at the moment, what would be the subject for the Lovers? It would be about communication. Doesn't matter what it is. Why? Because it's linked to the planet Mercury. And people say, oh, I think they're in love and choices and this and that. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely what it's about. But if somebody, and they're going to say, when will I hear? I'm waiting to know. When will they get in contact? Don't always think that people are coming and demanding to know those kind of things just because it's love and romance. It's about, am I going to hear from this job? Is that person going to say sorry? Relationships, like the dynamics here, neighbors, family, friends, in-laws, waiting to hear from somebody regarding post of application, maybe for getting into college, getting into nursing, training to be a doctor, applying for an interview, wanting to do a course, wanting to see if you can actually take the course to improve your skills in maybe editing because you want to edit your own videos, because you're enjoying your hobby of social media or whatever it is. There are so many things where we are waiting on someone else. And so we are in limbo until we have that clarity. So don't mix the lovers up with only romantic relationships, because it can tell you so much more than. Yeah, I know it's confusing, but that's why I'm keeping Mercury up quite a long time on this one tonight, because this is a big card of communication while we are looking at how we are being affected by that beautiful element of Earth there, which is our Two of Pentacles. Okay, let's look at the fact that if we know that it's Mercury, I just want to remind you, of course, that it is also Gemini, all right? And the Two of Pentacles, of course, has many different meanings. But let's say that we're just looking at that, and we're looking at Gemini, we're looking at, what's that got to do with anything? It might be that they've got to be, in, as I said to you, two different sort of scales, because the Lover's card is about choices, it's about obstacles, and sometimes it's about the duality that I showed you on the Two of Pentacles last week, where you have to go from yin, yang, balance there with Two of Pentacles. We've got a lot going on there that's linked to Gemini, because Gemini is the twins. And we've also got a lot of protection, because we've got the symbol of infinity, money going in, money going out. And the Lovers, of course, is communication. Maybe you need to know what's happening because you are prepared to put money out in order to wait to find out how long you are going to get a return on your money. Everything's about choices and communication. I'm going to move on from this card. One of the actual cards that we get requested a lot, I'm changing scenes here. We've got the Devil card, Two of Pentacles. What can it mean? Okay. Devil card. Quite often I put materialism up there because it's very relevant to the fact that it's a materialistic card. It's ruled by the planet Saturn and so on. What I want to talk about here is the fact that the devil is a card of temptation. It's about being in a place where we feel a little bit enslaved to something, in a position of in chains, that we are in a good place, and that better the devil we know sometimes. So there could be, I changed the word just for this tutorial on this, about attachment. That's another word for the devil. Temptation, attachment to what? Two of Pentacles, of course, can represent two jobs. Devil's about attachments, maybe two jobs. It's also, of course, about the fact that we are in a position of sometimes needing to do two part-time jobs. Two of Pentacles can be two part-time jobs. It can actually be that we are multitasking. And of course, that devil card is Capricorn. So we could be attached to wanting to keep multitasking. Why? Maybe because we are trying to up our game with our status and reputation, which is what the devil card's all about. Maybe we want material things. Maybe we want money. Maybe we are trying to climb the ladder. So we are multitasking and we are attached to it. So we're doing okay, not negative. People, again, it can often say, isn't an awful card. Anything can be awful. It really can. Any card, if you want to be negative about it, You can. I don't do reverse cards because there is no point when we're using a clarifying card, which is the Minor Arcana card. It could be as an attachment here to multitasking, and also the fact that we are doing it because we're juggling our finances. It's based upon the fact that we're attached to doing it because of some financial decisions we've made. I want to own a business, I want a car, I want to travel, I want to rent a new property, I want to go up the ladder. So for a time, if you've got the Two of Pentacles with that attachment, you've got flexibility. You're weighing up. And they're the devil you know, but it's like the ups and downs of life. Yeah. So can you see how much it can change when we're just changing the major arcana? We can have attachment, as we can see here. And if I swap this back, then we've got restriction. All right. The devil can be manifestation. It can be so many things. And so can the Two of Pentacles. But we've got to start somewhere. Let's pick somebody. Let's pick a famous Capricorn that's no longer with us. I'll pick it for you. David Bowie. Yeah, yeah. No longer with us. But let's just look and say, if you were reading for him, knowing what you do, and this is a bit of, I want you to cheat a little bit because you know what happened in his life. Look at your cards and see, because you've said before, I can see it now. I can see it afterwards. I can't always see it. Do you see what I'm trying to get at, everybody? Sometimes what we do is we're so full of keywords. We're so full of stage fright. We're so frightened of saying the wrong thing. But when you have a conversation with people, you are making a connection with them. And how many times have you known something passionate such about somebody without a card, without anything? Probably why you do this. But the cards give you the authority to feel that if they ask you, you will help them or you will give them what you were thinking or feeling. So I would call this feelings. So let's just do David Bowie. He's no longer with us. We're not trying to predict his future. That would be silly. But he is a famous Capricorn. So let's look at that. I think everybody might remember him. Yeah. Famous. What would you say? Think about him. Forget about the card. What do you remember about him?
Obviously, he was an artist. I feel he did have ups and downs in terms of his personal life. I would look at him also in terms of, I believe there was addictions there at sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Very creative in terms of the Capricorn thing. He did attract people to him with his style.
Okay. But I remember him for his glam rock. Then I remember that he seemed to go through the Starman phase.
Yeah,
Ziggy Stardust.
yeah. Stardust, yeah.
Yeah. I know in his life that when you said he was an artist, he was an artist of many kinds, wasn't he? Because he was, I don't know if he wrote songs actually, but he acted. He reinvented himself several times, didn't he, with his look? Do you remember the
I would
lightning
in that card as well. I would have said he was a very ambitious person, very driven, ambition.
And while we're at it, I think that he was very ahead of his time as an artist in painting because he did a lot of, because he's got a tarot deck. He painted, he was painting. He was very into fashion. So an artist, not just of performing, entertaining, recording, but also fashion, design. He liked the tarot, the Starman tarot deck. I've got the Starman David Bowie deck. I just felt that it was a good one because we're not treading on any toes. We know that this person has passed. Sometimes it's good to look at somebody that's passed because You
Right.
don't feel that you are remotely viewing them or doing any harm, doing it as an exercise. Capricorn, they're ambitious. You said that.
Yeah.
And they're ambitious because they feel they believe in what they're doing. There's a lot there. If you look at the devil now and you've got that in mind, and I'm sure you probably think maybe you've got a Capricorn of your own, passionate Sagittarius, that you'd like to have in mind for the devil card, have you?
I've got a sister that I know. That's a
Ah,
Capricorn. And myself, I'm Capricorn moon, so I know
right.
in terms of that, so, but not
So
anybody else famous.
look at all of that then. There's an awful lot there that you've said. Look at that person. You said it was your sister, yeah?
Mhm.
Great. That's what we want. Because we're studying how to combine and we're looking at the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, David Bowie, your sister, yourself, your Capricorn moon. Knowing that, just look at the card. Forget about the keywords we did earlier. What? What would you think of your own Capricorn moon when you look at that Two of Pentacles? What's going on for you? Are you
Mm,
juggling things?
yeah, very
Do
much
you
so.
feel do you feel protected with the infinity sign?
Yes, I do actually.
Do you
I
feel
do.
grounded? Do you feel grounded
Mhm,
in what's going on? So that's that green. Yeah.
mhm.
Full of bumps emotionally for you. One minute you feel
Yeah,
fine and next minute you're going up.
yes.
Aha. Let's go to David Bowie and do the same. Okay. His life was an emotional roller coaster because we're talking
Yeah.
about the Two of Pentacles. I think sometimes he was up here. Oh, sorry, everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, up here or down here.
David Bowie ups and downs and
David Bowie, ups and
mhm,
downs.
mhm.
Up and down. He went through a divorce. Yeah. Angie Bowie. Yeah. Then he went he went through many different kind of, I'm gonna say, styles, because when I was really getting
Yeah.
familiar with enjoying his music, it was we'd gone from glam rock into he was doing Let's Dance, China
Mhm.
Girl. Do you remember? So it's
Yeah.
change in direction. So what's
Yeah.
this going on? And that might have been because money comes into it. Artists don't always do what they want. We might think they do, but they may be puppeteered by the big boys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
puppeteered could be the music industry, driven by whatever. Two of Pentacles, interesting card, life's ups and downs, balancing and juggling, maybe two different jobs. At one point, he started acting, didn't he, David Bowie? He
Yeah.
was in a couple of films as well,
I
which
was
meant
actually, when you was talking before, I was trying to think which other artists that he worked alongside. Because there's a David Bowie from Peckham as well in
I
London.
think
He was born in Peckham, I
Brixton.
think.
Brixton,
They-
maybe.
One,
I remember
yes, one or
Brixton.
the
You're
other.
right. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right, Brixton, because we had a big show at the Academy for him as well. I think it was Brixton, yeah.
I love that. I think it was
Yeah.
Brixton. I think he was
Mhm.
very the duality, and the duality. Let's not be unkind or make assumptions. We could see it. One minute he was not representing Adam or Eve because that was the glam rock.
Yeah.
It's like I'm an alien. And so it was the
Mhm.
first time it was like, don't look at me as a man or a woman. And
Mhm.
his music changed. So he's a great one to actually look at. Um,
Right.
he made a lot of money. I know that he at some point was in the States. That's why I was saying, did he work with Stevie Wonder? I don't know if that was the reason he went there. But again, that
Mhm.
was another genre. Yeah, it's a bit like Dolly Parton. She was very country, and then she got
Mhm.
writing. She wrote different songs, and it was a song then became a movie. That doesn't
Yeah.
normally happen that way round, does it? 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
and for
Yeah.
country music fans, they loved it. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
accept it. Guess what? Miss Dolly is
It's
also
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. So you see, you might be going, why are we going on about Capricorn? We're not even in that because we've got the Devil card. And if we can look at somebody we know, it's going to help you. And if you can look at the Two of Pentacles and go, without being unkind to your sister, do you think the Two of Pentacles, when you look at the Two of Pentacles, I want you to see your sister as the card on the left, and I want
Yeah.
you to, without upsetting anybody or telling her private life here, just tell us what you think for your sister with the Two of Pentacles. Everything. I don't want you to do the tutorial. I don't want you to do your tuition. I don't want you to do your courses. I want you to describe why the Two of Pentacles, how it would apply, and share it with us.
With my sister, throughout the years, she juggled jobs. She's had 1 or 2 jobs at the same time. That definitely. She's quite adaptable, able to adapt easily. She's the sort of person that I would say she goes through a lot of ups and downs as well. I feel, again, quite driven, that sort of person. I would say she can be a bit more materialistic as well in the sense she likes material things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can see the combination definitely within her. Yeah.
The more you can actually, this is what I'm saying, and you might go, but you've spent ages teaching us all about the background of this card and telling us the keywords, and we've got to get it right. No, it's a bit like becoming a doctor, isn't it? You cannot go in A&E. Hold on a minute. What's it say? I just got to check it because I could kill you with this lethal injection in A. It's a responsibility. However, if they just go and say, how you feeling today? Oh, I've got terrible pain. Oh, where? Straight away. It's the conversation that's giving them what they need to know in order to treat it. Why do we think that when somebody wants a tarot reading, that we should actually be able to go, I can read your mind? Because we can't. But there's this whole thing that we're expecting that. I don't know where that pressure comes from. But we need to get rid of it because
Mm.
no, we're no different to, it doesn't matter what faith you are. Let's say the priest, the vicar, the imam, yeah, the rabbi, whichever your faith that you go to and go, you know what? I need some advice on what would be the first thing. Not, yes, I know you do. I'm a man of God. I'm the imam. I'm this, I'm that, I'm whatever we said. Yeah. Therefore, I'm expected to be able to read your mind. I think it's because people watch too many movies. I think it's because we use the word psychic, and I think we put that pressure on ourselves. The minute you actually authentically say, I'm a tarot reader, this is hard work. But you know what? We're luckier than a doctor or that's got to deal with something because we can actually go, I don't do that. If that's your expectation, I'm sure I've been to
Yeah.
readings where they go, this is what I do. Or you're quite confident if somebody said to you, can you contact my great auntie? Are you a medium? And the first thing I'd say is absolutely not. I can't. I'm so sorry. We've got cross wires here. Would you like to ask somebody else? Because I can't do that. Because it's not, I may have trained in it, but I can't do it. I'm not my thing. It's not my skill. Yeah. Do not feel that you cannot go with the feelings. A good trick is to know someone. We can't know a Two of Pentacles, but we've been a Two of Pentacles probably every week, which we're multitasking or balancing or
Yeah.
robbing Peter to pay for. Sometimes we've all been that student that's actually gone, well, I'm studying, I've got to pay out, and I might have to pay my way through college, pay my way through for my education. I've got to have 2 jobs. And as I said in one of my tutorials, as long as you don't do it for too long. Or sometimes people do, not unusual for somebody to actually be amateur in their music. They're a musician or an actor. There's not enough work. So therefore, they've got to top it up by having a day job. So whenever they get a venue or a booking or a gig, whatever they want to call it, they have maybe an electrician or a mechanic or a cook or bank manager or whatever. And they, at the weekends, when it's not going to interfere with the day job, they're able to actually say, you never know, who might make that transition from there to there. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's, and also Two of Pentacles. That reminds me of David Bowie when he did Starman. Remember the outfits, the
Yeah.
tights, the glam tunics. Yep. So next time, maybe when you look at the devil card, think of him. Think about your sister. Think about how you talked about that. Think about you,
Yeah.
your moon. Perhaps this is why you are so passionate, because the Capricorn keeps going to see how far they can go up that mountain in something that they believe in. It's not about, people think Capricorns is about materialism and money. I'm sure you don't do it for the money. You wouldn't be calling
Uh-uh.
yourself passionate Sachi for a minute.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I would also say, if I was reading that card for myself at the moment, I'd go, okay, my status and reputation at the moment, I'm having to juggle 2 things. I'm doing the courses and I'm also reading. I'm teaching and I'm also still reading. But for me, I'm ambitious about both. So it's
Yeah.
a bit like there's been a bit too much juggling. And
Uh-huh.
timing wise, I've been looking at that devil card and going, by the time in Capricorn, we stop this juggling. That's what I'd do. Okay. Thank you very much for your support. Yes, please do subscribe. It all helps. Of course it does. And thank you to everybody that's bought the courses this week. We've had a really big week. Thank you, Passionate Sachi, for putting up with us while we had a few glitches. Thank you for that. Thank you, Annabelle, putting up with us with a couple of glitches on yours too. And thank you, Melanie, for realizing that, what was going on in your course and you got sorted. And everyone else, you were lucky. It all went through good. So thank you so much for your support. Yeah,
I
no,
just want to
not at
ask
all.
a quick question, and don't worry about the slide, but when you was talking about the Mercury earlier on, it
Yeah.
just come to my thought. Obviously, with the Hermit card, it's also the card of Mercury. So would you then still see that as air? Because obviously the Hermit card, when you're thinking of Virgo, also you're thinking of Earth. So do you still see that as air?
Do both.
Okay.
The more you can together, the better.
Right.
You see
Okay.
how we, exactly what I was saying to you, we've got earth and I went and got air. So when you've got that, it's like, you've not, this is earth, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
When you get
Okay.
that, you know that they mean it. When you've got
Uh-huh.
earth, what I say I am on the label. Yeah. Plain old,
Uh-huh.
what is what you get. That's what that is. Earth is like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Whereas air, you can have communication and you can get it changed.
Intelligence as well.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Emotions. You can have a conversation or you can have a reaction. You can go from tears to joy, from joy to tears, from love to hate, from anger to, you know what I'm saying? We can work
Uh-huh.
at something and not do well and realize we've got to put it together in a different way. But Earth is, don't forget, they are the combination. And the Pentacle family, the combination of all of that. It's all the elements together. That's why you've got something. That's what I think that people forget. I think that they are, oh, you're going to get money or this. It's lovely to say that. But you can't have 14 cards, 10, 1 ace to 10, all about money, and it only be about money. And 4 court cards, can you? Page of Pentacles, etc. Until we get to King of Pentacles. It's got to be much more meaning than just that, as we know. To show you, to experiment, a bit like David Bowie, to be bold. Yes, not to just go on your intuition. It's not enough. But once you've got it, your intuition just goes pow, like yours did. And
Yeah.
what happens is you become warm and you become light. And that's probably what brought you to this in the first place. But when we get stage fright, we don't flow. And so that they can pick that up. If you're warm, it's
Yeah.
like people will either get it or they won't. If it's not right for them, it's not right for them. Okay, thank you so much, Passionate Saji.
Thanks you again.
Thank you so much. You're very welcome. And we'll see you. Good luck with everything that's going on with you at the moment. See you
Thank you.
soon, Passionate Saji. I'm going to play you out. You're very welcome. I hope you like that a little bit more about the Devil card there tonight and some bits and pieces, some interesting things. Not to get too caught up with just the meanings of the cards. Look at your intuition. What do you feel? What do you know? Anything that's going to help you. And if you've got some tips, please come on and share it just like Passionate Saji did with us this evening. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for all your support. Here are the courses.